Now, normally I wouldn't actually want to do this, but I thought I'd actually make probably a new segment. And I'm not sure if this should be a new segment at all. All I know is it's actually interesting to actually be a segment at all on YouTube, since this becomes a very interesting thing for me to do because it helps me look at the actual perspective of the world at least once a week. We will see what the top stuff on Reddit have to say about how this week went, because let's just be real, there are just a number of things that are actually good this time around, okay? So whether we're actually reacting to daily stuff or we're actually reacting to things within the actual same week, we will actually be doing here. So this is, well, I don't know exactly what to call this segment, the Weekly Reddit Yap. It's something I coined. We are going to start with today. Today is June 10th. Now, when it comes to this week, basically, we start off with this. Norway's World Cup team photo is impressive. Look at this. Wow. It really does look amazing. Holy crap. Damn. And this is the world. Yo, World Cup? These guys? They really absolutely deserve the world for actually really being impressive on camera. Hey, what is this? This goat was practicing a charge, but the cat thought it was a sign of affection. Oh no. What are we gonna see here? Oh no. The goat's gonna charge the cat. But, oh no. Oh my god, this is cute. Yo. Yo. Yo, what is, no, no, no. Oh my god, you're about to lick the nuts. Oh my god, that goat is just, oh god. Two cultures clash on each other. It's just, the goat knows it's a signal. The cat registers it differently. That's cool. But the cat is basically just chilling. Oh my god. The cat was absolutely so chill. Way too chill. Way too chill. What the hell, bruh? What is this? A beekeeper allows a honeybee to remain on his arm as it unwinds its stinger until it flies away. Okay.
This little honeybee is
unwinding.
It's stuck in my wrist.
Oh my god.
And she's injected some venom, and that heat and that pain comes with it.
Ouch.
And our usual instinct is to lash out, isn't it, and flick off the bee, and she will then go to a frenzy and
oh my god.
It will rupture.
Give this guy an ace, because let's just be, oh my god. He's all for the sake of curiosity for those who are actually looking into insects. Oh my god. This guy is a goat when it comes to letting others' curiosity actually study things like this. Normally he should panic. He should definitely flick the bee because the stinger has venom in it. It's understandable. But damn, he's just letting things be for a bit. What the hell?
Her gut, and she'll fly off with her stinger left behind, and the venom stacks sit there pumping away. And she dies. There she goes, clockwise, anti-clockwise, freeing each bite.
She can't get off. This bee can't get off.
Doing it, but in our flesh, often gets stuck. And this was one of my first beekeeping.
Oh my god! Oh, he's a beekeeper. Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
And do this, and then it's a metaphor for life. Often we feel stung and great pain, and we lash out and cause a worse situation. But if we try and endure the pain and relax, it's so much easier said than done than this adventure. And we avoided it, and in this situation, life can be saved.
He is not panicking. This beekeeper is not panicking. Damn. And then he gets off. Okay. He just chills out. And then just like, oh my god. That beekeeper is so chill. Holy shit. The pizza order that saved a life. He ordered pizza every night for 10 years. When he stopped for 11 days, Domino's went to check on him and saved his life. Whoa. What's this story? He ordered every night for 10 years. Every night. When he stopped for, oh my god. For 10 years. Do you know how much oil? Oh my god. It did not do well for his health. Pizza every night? Oh my. They probably understand what the heck he's doing, and what he's eating is definitely not good. Especially if he's been ordering it every night for 10 years. And then for 11 days, Domino's thinks, oh my god, wait, our usual caller is not calling? Not giving any activity, not exhibiting any activity at all. It's just, oh my god. Bruh, whoever's been managing Domino's for 10 years probably was keeping an eye out on this particular caller in particular, and damn. This doesn't happen every time. Wow, I want to see the comments on this. Probably had a pizza heart attack, so no vacation. Everyday pizza, how can you eat it that much? What the? Yeah, they brought him a pizza. That's not... How did he survive 10 years by eating pizza every day unhealthy? Probably wasn't just pizza, and that's also not entirely true. Pizza isn't the healthiest choice, but it's a lot better than McDonald's. Unfortunately, I must agree. Apparently, their McDonald's is turning into shit. That's more than 1,000+ people I know. No one would even know until I popped up on the news. Life sucks, but oh well. I'm gonna be found passed away by my manager just because I didn't pay rent. Because I was dead. Oh my god. But Domino's found this guy after he ordered pizza for 10 years every freaking night. And for once, Domino definitely cares about their customers, especially if the customers are paying. But only if they're paying. But honestly, what a waste of money. Seriously, this guy has got to really rethink his life choices. Damn, pizza every night for 10 years. Hell nah. I would definitely agree. Not healthy as heck every freaking night. No. A boy with severe autism would only drink from one discontinued blue cup. After his father's viral appeal, the manufacturer tracked down the old mold and made him a lifetime supply for free. Excuse me? He didn't even wash the cup? No! Oh my god! I only had my case of autism is absolutely mild, to the point that I can still think. Okay? Shit. It's a good thing the father actually did. It's a good thing the father knows how to treat his son okay. But goddamn, how long was this unmanaged? Shit. Boy is challenged all day long in ways many people understandably would never understand. To not be able to drink at all, just because that cup is no more, would be so overwhelming for him. Crazy how people baby their children like this nowadays. How long did they test the theory? What, that cup is made in... Where did this come from? Made in China. The heck? So I work with autistic people. Okay, this is interesting. Working with autistic people with extreme symptoms. This is bad, actually. A huge part of my job is helping with generalization / being exposed to new stimuli. Because if something happens to their primary caretaker, or they want an ounce of independence, they'll need to be able to tolerate change. What will happen to this guy if his father passes and he's sent to a group home that doesn't have the space to store all those cups? He'll have to drink out of something else eventually. And the earlier you start with toleration therapy, the less frustration the change will cause. Basically, giving your children with autism some better choices to work with than actually using the same object to help them and help themselves. It's just... yeah, I agree with this one. I definitely agree with this one. Damn. I think I had some sippy cup. I had that same sippy cup as a kid. I completely forgot. I love that cup too. And ironically, I'm going to test for ASD soon. Oh my god, what is this? If you don't have the sense to drink when you're thirsty. Yeah, that's just it. You're incapable of understanding what emotion is, bruh. Look, even the autistic guy doesn't understand what he's doing, okay? Seriously, as a person with high-functioning autism, I'm really grateful I don't have it this severe. The only thing I have to really do is maintain a stable routine, otherwise I become really upset and angry and try breaking stuff. I can drink out of any cup out there and any bowl. Knowing my survival isn't at risk is really comforting. Damn, this guy had it bad. It's a good thing my case was mild, it's not too bad as this one. Damn it. In 2020, 2 men turned Earth into a sandwich by placing bread on precise points of the planet. Oh, wow. Hold on. Wait a second. Turned Earth into a sandwich by placing bread on precise points. What, so on opposite sides then? It's on opposite sides then. Wow, they really turned... Damn. They've been working hard, these two. How do you bite it, though? Hold on. You don't bite it. It's because an entire sandwich the size of a globe, it can't be bit by a normal human because the human is always much smaller than the planet. You can't bite it. But hey, that's a question he can answer for himself because damn. Just damn. Slazo did it like 60... I don't know who this is. Now you have to prove it by taking a bite. Then show the flat earthers. TGF beat them to it by years. Great, now I love a sandwich. Oh, this was done by TGF? Wait a minute. Nah. TGF did this? No freaking way. They flew out to Australia to put a slice of bread on the floor. And then they're gonna be... They probably did that to on the other side of the world to put the other slice. To make an Earth sandwich. No freaking way! This is 7 years ago too! What the heck? I'm gonna watch briefly on this. No freaking way.
See the promised land, bro? In the shape of a...
Oh my god.
Guys, he's going on the floor in England while the other one goes on the floor in Australia.
Oh my god. 2 slices. One going on England and one in Australia. To make an Earth sandwich. Yo. This is what it's meant by TGF, bro. Okay.
This is what I want to share with you. The world's most expensive, most ridiculous sandwich, and here's the first half of it.
Oh my
Let's
god.
one piece of bread.
Yo, what the hell? And this is probably the other half. Hold on. Oh my god, this is the other one in Australia.
Gain the ability to sleep with my eyes open.
Oh my god. What is... He's gonna put the other one in Australia.
Bro, we made our sandwich, bro.
Oh my god. Yo. I did not believe I would see an Earth sandwich video on YouTube. directly. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna give a like on this. I'm gonna subscribe to TGF Bro. This is the most random Reddit that I've seen that had me check out that this was done before. Yo, that is just insane. Yo, that is just insane. How that happened to me for the first time, I do not know. What's this? The Trump name is now removed from Kennedy Center website branding. It's about time. It's a very problem when it comes to actually renaming a cultural site with your name on it. Especially if you don't deserve to put your name on this shit. Honestly, good for the people of the United States. They never deserve to have a cultural site be so stained by political stunts like what Donald Trump did. This is absolutely political. Self-identity politics. His bullshit must not stand. Absolutely, it must not stand. He doesn't deserve to actually have his name on a memorial center because he doesn't deserve that shit. Female lions turn aggressive when males can't keep up. Female lions are so energetic they can mate up to, oh my god, we got some horny fuck. We got some horny as fuck felines in existence. Damn, may turn aggressive if males can't keep up. So basically, they gotta make sure they snowball the horniness, and such is life, the birds and the bees. You keep shit going or your partner kills you. This YouTuber uses a car rear view camera as his what the fuck? Basically, he's probably ran out of options. I need to see the credits. Damn, it's a rear view cam. It really is. What? How? Second thing, he is permanently in reverse. I try. Hannah Montana, best Linux, best highly successful YouTuber. Not to mention that he uses the rear viewer as a monitor. Yo. Excuse me? Who is this guy? I can't even see the username. Yeah. Yo. Who is this guy? You're definitely interesting yourself for actually doing this. The dedication to actually do this on a live stream too. Damn. Some people just know how to live stream and actually make things interesting and at the same time keep shit real. It's just damn. Oh, wow. What's this? A high school in China hooks up its students to IV peptide drips while they prepare for the GaoKao, China's brutal national college entrance exam that occurs every June. Oh my god. Cheers for Beijing in making sure that they got highly qualified professionals, either in government office or the private sector. But goddamn, it's that brutal that they need peptide drips now? Shit. I'm giving it an up vote, but I'm gonna have to check the comments. Damn. It's amino acids, and it was a thing 6 students could sign up for. Oh my god. What peptide? What does his IV method do? Are they giving them a lower grade beaver tranquilizer? Well, that explains why the GaoKao, or an exam based on it, is such a common instance in Chinese unlimited flow horror novels. Nah. If we're having to systematically drug the kids just to get them to push through schoolwork, maybe we need to sit down and rethink everything we're doing before the next generation kills us out of spot. Okay, yeah, we got a bit of a situation here. Okay, I know that... Okay. I might not know about Chinese society, but they're very serious about academic achievements. Culturally, I'm just responding to this actual comment. Culturally, people have a real problem when it comes to understanding cultural achievements in some areas. So let me break this down. I'm not defending China's education system. What they're doing here is absolutely overkill, but this is their way of weeding out the weak. It is definitely brutal in the case of China, considering that government accepts for the most part not anyone that less than successful or contributing to national affairs. Not every region does this. We all take education methods in different ways. We just have to be thankful that some of us don't get to have this brutal treatment in a certain education system every time. Now, I mean what I said. No, I definitely have at least a much better upbringing when it comes to actual education. Okay, it's a good thing that my parents were not strict, and neither was the school too strict. But I did have some special need. I still had to go through special needs procedures, considering that, damn, it is something that we need to be very careful of. We can do this to our kids, but we just need to expect that not everyone will like it. Not everyone will like what was happening there. Let's check if there's anything new on Reddit instead. What song is this? The title is right there. You didn't need to... What song is this? It's there. How and why people are even trying to defend him. They hit this young man with, yep, that sentence. The comment says, kind of what happens when you do that, because it matches up. Is that David? Nah, that's your homeboy. I don't know. Dude. Who is this? Carmela Anthony, right? Oh my god, I actually checked. It's a stabbing death. Oh, yeah. They really sentenced him to 35 years. There are those who defended him because they think he's innocent, but I did not catch up to this trial. But apparently, his family and some of his loved ones never liked this decision. Oh my god. I'm already seeing that there may be problems. They're starting to sleuth out, the media is starting to sleuth out that the victim's dad is friends with the case judge. This is definitely a dirty thing. I don't know if this is something dirty, but this should be looked into. Something's not right about this considering that the case judge is friends with the victim's dad? Okay, nah, that doesn't add up to me now. Something's up. But they went through an entire trial and then Carmelo Anthony has been sentenced because of that. It's just, damn. At some point, I'm going to actually check out all the details of what's happening on this one because, damn. I'm not sure if people should celebrate. This does not concern me, but maybe I should look into the story of this at some point. Excuse me, what? Okay, Baki is not a popular IP. It's a good anime, it's a good manga, but damn, Yujiro Hanma is being added to Tekken? Nah, that's not true. I think the addition of Yujiro is not only them wanting to add an extremely popular IP to their guest character slot, but also an experiment into how Tekken and anime fans will react to the change from anime art to more realistic art style. Hold on. To which Tekken? What, Tekken 8? The actual game that's now around? Hold on. Because I think the end goal is Bamco getting Itadori Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen into Tekken. They already had the publishing rights into the previous Jujutsu Kaisen game, and without treading into spoilers, he already has a fighting style that would translate well into Tekken. Yo, no, this isn't true, is it? The short answer of the likelihood that he would be added, low to moderate, but possible. It's business fit. Tekken has a history of guest fighters from other franchises. Akuma, Geese, Noctis. So a high-profile, visually striking fighter like Yujiro Hanma fits the pattern and could draw crossover interest. Yujiro is owned by Tatsumi Publishing / Earthquake, the rights holders of Baki. So negotiations can be complex, and success depends on willing licensors and profitable terms. Basically, it is possible, moderately possible, but it's not going to be a slam dunk. They really need to talk about that shit. The factors that lower probability, the rights holder refusal or high licensing cost, creative / competitive concerns about Yujiro's overpowered image, and Bandai Namco preferring guests with broader mainstream recognition. Informal probability is around 15 to 30% within the next few years, possible if licensing and marketing align, but not likely without a strong promotional trigger. So this makes sense. Yujiro Hanma is an awesome character, except it'll take a while for him to actually get into Tekken if the rights holders actually do allow his character to be used, but it's not impossible, it is just not guaranteed. So don't expect a martial arts killer to actually come into Tekken when martial arts is broadly being promoted in Tekken every freaking game. If Yujiro Hanma eventually comes as overkill like Lily is on Tekken 6 and Tekken 5, just because she's easy to handle and her combos are easy to execute, holy shit, we're going to steer up the entire Tekken fighting community. Bro, it's a good thing I saw this. This is actually amazing. Holy shit. Seriously, it's not a bad idea, and it could be possible, just not guaranteed. This is on the True Unpopular subreddit, and this may be a controversial title, but I'll still read this. If you are for these types of sentences, you should also be for assisted unaliving of the self. If you are pro-life, you should be vegan. An anti-that thing sentence. I believe that if we're okay with taking somebody's life as a punishment, the ones who actually want to go should be given the grace to end their own life on their own accord. The arguments that come up against assisted unaliving of the self are often that it's traumatizing for the medical staff or that it's unethical. But if the judicial system can bypass these, then it should not be an issue either. As for the second part, it's also obvious. If you think you can use a moral high ground on people's bodily autonomy, then you should stay on that high ground and protect all lives. Even if you love to eat animal products, it shouldn't matter. Since you want to control what others do to their bodies, you should be okay with people dictating what you should do with yours. Do not do unto others what you don't want others to do to you, basically. I think this speaks the truth. Shit. What's the difference between the two terms? The first term is state-imposed punishment for certain crimes intended as penalty, deterrent, or retribution. However, assisted unaliving yourself is intended to relieve unbearable suffering for a consenting person with a terminal illness or severe suffering. So basically, it falls within the same category. You are forced to pass away as a form of punishment, and you are seeking a release. And on a separate occasion, you can seek for a release due to unbearable suffering to relieve yourself. So the only difference is consent. If you are punished by what you have by the broken laws you've incurred, and you're sentenced for it, you have no choice. That's not your choice anymore. The state punishes you for this. The only difference between the two is consent. And if ending your suffering by relieving yourself from your life, you give consent, then it is actually conducted. Your wish is granted. That very much is making sense to me. The only difference between the two is consent. So yeah, apply. If it's assisted, it applies to people meeting medical or legal criteria, terminal illness, prognosis, capacity, waiting periods, not criminals per se. The other one that is a state punishment applies to criminals who have done serious crimes, which varies by jurisdiction. Okay, for the state punishment, the moral and ethical framing of this. You can read the others if you like to. It is for moral and ethical framing. The state punishment is framed as justice/punishment and social protection. Raises questions about state power, wrongful conviction, discrimination, and deterrence evidence. And relieving of yourself from life, if it's assisted, is framed as autonomy and relief from suffering. Raises questions about vulnerable people, pressure, palliative care alternatives. Now I see. I'm gonna refresh this, see if people actually commented. Oh yeah, they did! Okay, the vegan part assumes that it's a universally accepted truth that animal lives are worth the same as human lives. This is a highly contested issue, and all global jurisdictions as well as major religions currently disagree with you on that. Somehow the same. I get this one. This is okay. Yeah, dog gets cancer or any incurable painful disease, we put them to sleep out of mercy, but somehow the same mercy doesn't apply to humans. Okay, he's got to suffer in pain until they are gone. That's some BS. So this one, flat out, EKG's comment agrees with mundane ingenuity, whereas this username, SCHAWENAIA, that username that has that spelling, disagrees because the vegan part. Definitely, there is a okay. I need to check, first of all, if there's something about this that I should be concerned of. So there are points made. First claim argues that if you supports the state right to execute someone, you should support the individual's right to end their own life. However, research into legal and philosophical frameworks reveals why people split these issues. The power dynamic. Opposing views usually stem from different foundational pillars. Proponents of assisted suicide primarily value individual autonomy and the right to die with dignity. Conversely, proponents of the death penalty usually focus on retributive justice, the state enforcing a punishment that fits a crime. The innocence versus guilt binary. Research shows people compartmentalize these views based on perceived moral desert. A person supporting capital punishment views the criminal as having forfeited their right to life through an act of extreme guilt. Assisted suicide, on the other hand, deals with individuals who are generally viewed as innocent or suffering. Many people who fiercely support individual liberties, and thus that, are deeply skeptical of state power, which makes them anti-penalty due to the risk of wrongful execution. This directly flips the Reddit user's logic. The psychological inversion. Oh boy. Keep it short. Okay, I'm gonna make sure. So I'm gonna go and write it down. Actually, it's here already. Logically sound on paper, sure, but human morality is way too fractured by concepts of guilt, innocence, and human exceptionalism to ever be this neat. Plus, the power dynamics conflict. The death penalty relies on state authority, while assisted suicide is about individual autonomy. It's a fascinating philosophical ideal, but in practice, human psychology turns it into a crumpled mess. I'll comment that down. Hooray, let's go. That's something. I don't exactly count that this would actually be given so much more, but hey, it's something I can actually go for. This is an actually interesting thing, though. Should I save this? I think I should save it. Yeah, I'll just save it, and maybe I'll get back to it. But this is interesting. This is an actually very interesting subject. Holy crap. Makes me... What is this? This wasn't just an accident. This is from r/Philippines 4 minutes ago. A section of the beach in which 2 athletes have drowned is actually dangerous, according to some residents. That's the translation on the headline that's actually in this picture. Warning, unprotected beach, no lifeguards on duty. Wait, 2 athletes? Wait, whoa. Then, didn't they see the sign? Hold on. No freaking way. So, okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I haven't watched the news, but this is an actual huge deal when it comes to some sites that are actually being barricaded or being given signs for people not to actually cross into. So, it's infuriating. Okay, the author commented here. It's infuriating that the investigation concludes it was just an accident with no foul play, while completely glossing over what looks like blatant negligence by the Ateneo coaching staff. The warning signs were everywhere. Clear red flags. And in parentheses, no, the quote red flag in the Pacific Ocean usually refers to a high hazard. And there were also warning signs. Even the locals dare not venture in there. That means the athletes were ordered to swim there. Why? Just why are people breaking rules just to have their agendas cross as something that's actually safe? If it's dangerous, don't try it. Basically, I think we were talking about swim teams here. Okay, but what the hell is going on with this shit? Okay, yeah, we need to watch this. We need to find out where the heck this is. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is where it is. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is part of the live stream in TV Patrol. Okay, there's a need for us to actually watch this.
Hindi pa rin lubos na kumbinsido ang nanay ni Rene Barterbonia sa paliwanag ng Ateneo de Manila University kung paano nalunod ang kanyang anak.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sa team building activity ng men's basketball team sa Aurora noong Lunes.
It's a team building event? Yo. Okay. Definitely people should watch out for these types of areas if it's a team building event. Are there safeguards when it comes to actually telling your own students to actually participate in certain areas then? Hold on. Why are there rule breakers in the administration then? The coaching staff, oh my God. Okay. What is going on? Why are these rules? Okay. Yeah, this is not, there is a situation here.
Yan ay matapos niyang makausap ang ilang opisyal at coaching staff ng Ateneo. At live mula Quezon City, nagpatrol Andrea Taguines. Andrea, ano ba talaga daw ang nangyari? At bakit nakukulangan si Mrs. Baterbonia sa paliwanag ng Ateneo?
Karen, base nga sa pagkakakwento ng ilang opisyal at coach ng Ateneo sa pamilya ni Rene Baterbonia, kanina nagpa-interview ang nanay na si Rovelyn Baterbonia. Dapat magsasagawa sila ng running drills sa beach, yung basketball team. Nung abutan sila ng malalaking alon. Iginiit din ng Ateneo na hindi totoo yung mga kumakalat sa social media na pinasuot sila ng weights. Pero sa kabila nga nito ay may mga sarili pang tanong, ibang tanong si Rovelyn Baterbonia na hindi nasasagot. Kaya sa tingin niya...
Okay, I can understand that the unfounded news about the athletes being told to wear weights, that's definitely disgusting, should not be done. But if there are unanswered questions by the actual university, if there are unanswered questions made by the mother of one of the victims to the university, it should absolutely be addressed. Deaths happen here. The university has an absolute responsibility to answer questions of parents who have lost their kids while under the responsibility of the same university. What the hell?
Nakukulangan pa rin siya sa paliwanag na ito, lalo na sabi pa niya na magaling lumangoy yung kanyang anak bilang tubong Agusan del Sur.
So basically, the kid's a good swimmer. The kid is a good swimmer. Or maybe the mother's lying, which I don't think so. Definitely, a lot of details need to be cleared up by the university. If the university is not answering questions of the parents, something's absolutely wrong with how things appear here. Definitely, the university should answer questions of grieving parents.
Mula sa hallway ng punerarya, dinig at ramdam ang panaghoy ng isang ina na sa isang iglap ay...
Oh my God. How can a university's coaching staff be so absolutely careless and irresponsible for their students? Yeah. Ateneo is not going to have the best time, especially if the mother gets representation. If the mother gets representation, holy shit. The university is going to be in a world of hurt.
Ang anak. Ito'y matapos makipagpulong ni Rovelyn Baterbonia, ina ng Ateneo basketball recruit na si Rene Baterbonia, sa tatlong opisyal ng Ateneo de Manila University. Nalunod si Rene habang lumalahok sa isang team building activity sa Dipaculao, Aurora nitong Lunes. Kinahapunan ng araw na ito, kalmadong humarap sa media ang mag-asawang Baterbonia at kanilang isang anak, kasama ang coach ni Rene sa Ateneo de Davao na si Jess Evangelio at kanyang sports agent. Ni Rovelyn, nilinaw sa kanya ng Ateneo na hindi totoong pinagsuot ng weights ang mga players habang nagsasagawa ng drills sa dagat. Dalawa sa nakausap nilang coach kanina ay kasama mismo sa training camp sa Aurora.
There is no accident on this if the kid really is a good swimmer and definitely knows how to actually swim. Something's up with this entire story considering that the kids still died. Should have been a matter of control. There should have been a matter of accountability when it comes to managing the movements of each athlete when they're still in the water. Who's not watching who? And who knows that the kids are running into danger? Those answers we have to find out from here.
So yung dagat sa hita at saka magtakbo daw sila. Tapos nung nagsabi na daw sila na go na, bigla na lang daw pumunta yung alon doon sa kanila. Wala daw dinagay dito ng mga twitch, wala. Sabi niya. And then,
as soon as it started, as soon as the activity started, the wave just got there. Okay, wait a second. Hold the phone. I think you're distorting the story here. There should have been extra eyes watching out for conditions on the water. If that were the case, the activity should have been stopped. There should have been a spotter. Aren't swimming activities like this supposed to have spotters? Give me a moment here. So I checked. Aren't swimming activities and team building sessions conducted by swimming coaching staff supposed to have open sea spotters to keep an eye out on any waves that may interrupt said activities that would possibly endanger participating swimmers? The answer would be yes. Open water swimming standard protocols require a strict safety network, which routinely involves dedicated spotters, coastal risk assessment, and specialized lifeguards. If there are no lifeguards, do not even swim at that area. However, a crucial point of clarification regarding the June 2026 tragic event in Aurora, pictured in your image, is that this was not an official training session conducted by the swimming coaching staff. The incident involved members of the Ateneo men's basketball team who were participating in a general team building activity. The initial findings shed light on the circumstances of the tragedy. The student athletes were not conducting specialized open water swim drills. Rather, they were walking through waist-high seawater as part of an exercise. And the cause of it, the players were unexpectedly pulled into deeper waters by strong, localized rip currents and sudden waves. The resort in Dipaculao, Aurora features prominent signage indicating that the beach is an unprotected area with dangerous undercurrents and no institutional lifeguards on duty, as shown on the warning board in your image. The local police noted that resort management explicitly advised the delegation about the rough sea conditions upon their arrival. The coaching staff or school admin who bypass mandatory off-campus safety compliance are facing warrant charges such as reckless imprudence resulting in homicide under Philippine law. This is an absolute mess. See, these people think that this is an accident when there is clear signage that there are no bodyguards. You should not swim there. You should not put your body inside the water. And there are clear protocols when it comes to open sea swimming. You don't even care about the safety. Well, what's worse is you don't know what types of safety procedures you should have when it comes to conducting activity in open sea, especially in areas that are dangerous because there are strong currents. That is not just irresponsibility here. It's a lack of understanding of safety. The coaching staff involved has to be fired. They have to be charged. They have to be given sentences, period. Do not give them the same job after being convicted and after being released from conviction. This is absolutely not acceptable. God, I'm so sorry. I just really need to get that out. You should absolutely look forward to actually making sure that the safety of your own students is... Oh my God, bro. It's just... That thing was unacceptable. It's just unacceptable that would actually happen. It's a basketball team too, not a swim team, okay? If they're not specialized in swimming, they should not even attempt these types of things. Heck, they should abide by local laws too. They should abide by rules too. Yeah, the swimming staff here. The coaching staff here have got to be fired, sentenced, and then not be allowed to get into these types of jobs ever again after they get out of their sentences. It's just unacceptable. That's just not acceptable to me. You guys remember that I actually looked into the sentencing of Carmelo Anthony briefly? Holy shit. His parents, they're disgustingly irresponsible with how they handled the money after they got reward. Oh my God. I'm reading. Oh my God, bro. This is just unacceptable. Carmelo Anthony's family has purchased a Cadillac Escalade worth 150 grand and began renting a 900 grand home after receiving $500,000 in donations for his defense. Bro, what is this? What kind of okay, whether Carmelo Anthony has actually done it or not. Now, I'm not someone who actually witnessed anything about his crimes, but this is definitely not the way to spend for defending your son from being convicted. This is entirely bullshit. What is this? This is unacceptable. What the fuck? The money was originally supposed to be raised to get a really good lawyer or an attorney, but his parents decided to spend it all on themselves by $1 million houses and $100,000 cars, and now they don't have a penny left on as this man was going to jail for the rest of his life. Was he rightfully convicted? Honestly, considering that they're irresponsible when it comes to spending all that donation money for luxuries, I think he was rightfully convicted. At least for me, just to teach the parents a lesson. But this is absolutely wholly unacceptable. The parents should know better than... Come on. Bro. Just no. I am not I can understand the house, but not that house. And I can understand... No, I cannot understand the car. This is just absolutely unacceptable for them to actually do. They should be models to their sons and daughters. Parents should be models to their sons and daughters. But if they're rotten to hell as models at all, no wonder their kids get in trouble for actually taking a life of another. A stabbing. Should anyone doubt of Carmelo Anthony's conviction, especially after his parents abused the donation money? I think absolutely, yes. Also, I have been watching some news about Reckless Ben when it comes to the bricks and minifigs, because they're a corporation. They are absolutely just a corporation that's actually heartless and doesn't care for other people's property. Okay, there is a need to absolutely address the corruption that actually protects corporations, considering that they use cops, they use legal teams to harass people like this who are just trying to get the money back for sold Lego collections, for a sold Lego set. Why can't corpos do what people expect them to do? It's simply because the corpo does not care. They don't want to do a payout. So all heartless corpos absolutely are going to do this. Basically, this is a corporation forcing someone to be silent just for posting or speaking publicly. I consider this a most disgusting thing that a corporation can do. They are basically absolute damage control for all the reputation that they've lost because it was damaged out of their own actions. And it doesn't matter if it's the board's decision or someone so low who had made mistakes that absolutely ruined their finances. It doesn't matter. What we're just expecting is a shred of accountability. And what do? They silence the guy speaking out instead of taking fucking accountability. Not a shred of accountability was shown from the actual corpo, and I fucking hate it. Let's watch his video. This is from Reckless Ben himself. He's addressing this. Shit, dude.
Episode 3 is finally finished after crazy all-nighters and basically destroying my health. But I can't post it or I will go to jail. And not only that, I will also immediately lose my lawsuit of $300,000, and the GoFundMe we made for Brian will go straight to this mystery company that I'm no longer allowed to talk about. They sent court papers to my email, which I guess the judge approved for them that this was a valid form of service. And so now that I'm officially served...
This is fucking state-sponsored corruption. Everyone involved for protecting this fucking corporation should absolutely be revoked of their own professions, should absolutely be sent to jail and have their presence fucking rots in the same cells they'll be staying in. This is massive amounts of corruption being shown here, right in front of our faces. What the literal fuck?
I cannot even mention this company or I will be in jail and everything. Normally I would be like, screw the big guy telling me what to do. I'm gonna do what's morally right. But in this situation...
In this situation, the corporation is the moral authority because what they say goes. The individual doesn't matter to them because all they care about is money, money, money. Screw bricks and minifigs. The fucking corporation needs to die. I cannot for the life of me believe that this is happening to a content creator who's only posting what he's experiencing. This should never happen to a content creator like this. Which is why I'm so upset when I heard about this. This shit is not acceptable.
If I do that, then all my friends get screwed with this lawsuit, and we lose all the GoFundMe money we raised immediately. So I am no longer allowed to even mention this mystery company. My personal opinion is that this is unfair because this order was put on me because this company was telling the court that I was making bomb threats, I was planning on murdering the manager and employees, which obviously I didn't do, and you can see that in the footage. The only problem is I was not given a chance to share my side. The court just heard their perspective, not mine. So because I wasn't able to share my side, I am now no longer allowed to talk about them, and looks like this might be it. So, yeah.
What's going to happen for the next few days, or probably for a while, is that I'm going to express outrage with what's actually happening to reckless men. This should never happen to a content creator who's just doing their job, who's just doing what they like to, actually getting this information out. Corruption, getting information out about corruption. Well, I'm done for the meantime. God, I would never think that would actually be discussing my own opinions about reckless men. But let me tell you guys, going through Reddit can be a ride. It can absolutely just be a ride. So that, I think, is worth it. But considering that I did that late in the night and I got some things to do in the morning, god damn it, I gotta do more. So if you guys like to actually hit the like on the video, subscribe to my channel, it would be very appreciated. Let's get ourselves to 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. I'm still at 1,045 subscribers. Hopefully we actually get ourselves there to 2,000 or 3,000, because I'm really looking forward for a boost. But I got a plan when it comes to the shorts promotions. I can make something work, but I need your help to actually make sure that the channel gets around. Even if my viewership comes from the Philippines, I gotta say, I'm so excited to see where the heck my efforts go. Even if it's a crawling process. All right, I'm out.